Hello and welcome to a little mini series that I am going to be doing where I build using the palettes that my so-called friends have given me. You might be wondering why I'm saying so-called friends. Well, just look at this wall. They did not go easy on me. This is going to be quite a challenge, but I think it's going to be a fun one. And this is what I am going to be calling the Wall of Palettes. There's a random selection of 5 different blocks from each person. And just to make it a little bit easier on myself, I am going to allow the different variants from different types of blocks. So if I get mud, for example, I'm going to allow myself all the different variants that come with mud. And the same for spruce and deep slate and so on. And now all that's left is for this little guy behind us to pick out a name. I hope you've gone easy on me. This is my first time doing this, you know. And we have Simhel. Oh, you know what? I was actually looking forward to this palette. This is quite a nice one. I'm starting off with the deep slate outline that will become the first floor of our build. I've tried to go for a shape that is a little bit interesting because we don't want to build just a box here. I quickly decided the best blocks for the majority of this house was going to be the deep slate and the quartz, and that it was best to use the spruce for an outline to break up the quartz a little bit. I've extended the deep slate up a bit, which is going to become our chimney later. And before working on the roof, I wanted to make sure I could get the entrance right, and that gives us a chance to see how the bricks will look as a roof. And because I'm trying to keep this house small, I went for an angled roof rather than a fantasy shape, especially since we only have the bricks to work with. I tried not to make it too flat. Because we have such a simple roof, I wanted to add a section that extends out and up to add some shape. And now we can work on this chimney a little bit. Again, we can't add texture here, so we need to make this interesting with how we shape it. I kind of got into a bit of a rhythm here at this stage and just needed to fill it all in. Before we do the back though, I wanted to see if I could break up this quartz a little bit further using some more spruce as supports, which we ended up adding to all the corners of the build. Okay, I am just going to stop here and kind of stand back and just get a feel for this build. This is completely just winged, and so it's good to just every now and again just take a look at it and see where you've progressed and where you want to go to next. So we have the main shape down, which I'm happy about with this palette. I think this is going to fit nicely. And now we need to really get those details in, the details that we can with these blocks. And I think that's where I'm going to bring in the crimson. And I think I'm going to do like all the windows and the doors and all the accents in this crimson colour, because it's quite a nice colour. And it'll give us that pop of colour that this build really desperately needs. Now this is a bit that I really struggled with. This window in particular, I could not get it to feel right whatsoever, but we kept on trying and we actually come back to this later on. I added as much detail as I could, but tried to keep in mind that sometimes less is more, and it's very easy to add too much of this colour. I'm just going to get a little bit closer to this and show you guys what I landed on. I realised that the back of these is actually a really cool texture on its own. So I used a little bit of that, and then we've got these crimson trapdoors, and it's a little bit like blinds. That's the kind of feel that I was getting from it. We used a little bit of grass here just for these planters. I know that's a little bit cheaty, but we're gonna let ourselves off. I think this has turned out really nice. We added just a little bit of color on here by doing the little slabs on these shelves. For this side of the house, you can see that the roof comes down just a little bit, and that's because I didn't want it to be exactly the same all the way around. And we've done another one of these windows where we've just added the shelves and the blinds, if you will. And then just some signs across here to really break up those quartz. Because it's a lot when it's just quartz. And I really like the combination of the spruce shelf and the trapdoor to just really add some depth to this this outline that we've done. And we've got a little bit of a hangover here as well. And I extended this little room here to the back, which again helps break up this roof that's just very much one colour, which is why we've also put in this spruce here, just as kind of like some little supports, if you will. And we've added another little balcony here, which maybe you could put some plants on and some little hanging baskets and really bring this to life. And another door down here, because I wasn't really sure what to do with this wall. And realistically, if you were using this build in survival, you'd probably want another exit here. And the thing that I'm loving most about these new shelves is the ability to make these little flower boxes. And we can even add some little petals here to really sell the fact that it's a flower box. This side is very similar to the other one, but again, I've added these little windows down here just so that it's not exactly the same as the other side. And a little bench here, or even like a little workstation where maybe you could add some flower pots. And something that I like adding on little walls like this, where there's no windows, and it's a little bit bland, is a little box like this. And it can kind of look like a little trellis maybe. If we add some bigger pots down here, like so. There's just one more little thing that we need to add here. Let's pop it there. And let's do this. There we go. So Sim, this one's for you. I hope you like it. There's a few things that I would add to this if I wasn't trying to do this challenge. So what I'd like you to do is let me know in the comments if that's something that you guys would want to see. And maybe next time I can spend a few minutes just going over how I would improve this. But that's it, guys. So thank you for joining, and I will see you next time with the Wall of Pallets. Bye!